Just trying to get some levels here real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, what's going on? 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 All right, cool. What's going down, man? What we're gonna be doing today is something pretty cool. We're gonna check out a beat. It's gonna be my first time doing this, but I finally figured it out. That's why I really been, MIA on my channel, just trying to get a streamlined process and everything like that. But we're gonna check out this beat. You see and hear on the MPC. The whole process is going to be running the sounds through preamps. That is down here on this rack right here. If I can remember what preset that is. Not me, not that one. But yeah, down here. All right, cool, man. So we're gonna run this entire beat track for track through these preamps right here. We're gonna use 2 sets of Neve clones and not 2 sets, a set of Neve clones and a set of Warm Audio TB12s, which is a API type of sound or whatnot. And we're gonna, run our tracks through those or whatnot. Okay. Let's see here. Hey, how y'all doing? All right, it's preset 2. All right, cool. But we're gonna set everything up on the MPC first, get all our sounds right, and I'm gonna have to set like all the clips up for us, the record mode, record each of these 4 sequences here in arrangement mode, and do this or whatnot. So this is gonna be a long stream. This is not nothing quick. I'm not making any beats. So this is for people that's trying to learn MPC. I'm just trying to help. I'm not no master, but I had to figure it out for myself or whatnot. I got my little notes here, so just to help me out. The reason why I'm doing this video, number 1, is for my documentation so I can go back and watch how I did it. But number 2, though, I was having some issues with MIDI out going into my interface, and also some other different ways just using purely MIDI. I tried, I wanted to use Reason with the MPC, but unfortunately Reason does not support external MIDI sync. So I was forced to use Ableton Live, which don't have a problem with it. I was just trying to lean towards using Reason as an all-in-one solution, and I couldn't. So with that being said, what I'm having to do is just basically use Ableton Live and then use Link in order to get the track outs to sync perfectly on a DAW timeline, if that makes any sense. So that's basically what we're going to be doing in this particular video or whatnot. So I ain't gonna talk too much. If I do fumble around with what I'm doing, that's because I just learned this like literally Friday and yesterday and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Yes, sir. All right, we're gonna stop what we got going on. Y'all hear enough of that beat throughout this whole video. So basically, if you got any one of these MPC situations and you're having trouble trying to get your track outs through it or whatnot. I know a lot of people, they'll, go to main and explode the tracks and have all the stems and then export them out in WAV files in a folder. And that's cool and everything. But, if you got stuff in your studio that you want to record it through, such as preamps and EQs and all that other fun stuff or whatnot, this would be a perfect video to kind of see it live and in action and all the fuck ups that I may do. All right, cool. First thing first, what I like to do is hold down record, and let me get my stylus here. Hold down record and we'll go to settings. Okay. When we go to settings, I like to set up record arm would normally be in single. I like to set it up in multi. The reason why I do that, when you set it up in multi on the record settings, when you're recording all of these clip sequences to a ranger view, it'll show up as a whole timeline, if that makes any sense. All right. Okay. All right. I'm just checking some stats on the computer. Sorry about that. So yeah, first things first, hold down record. You got to hold down record with your finger. Use your other hand, whichever that may be. Go to settings, and then you want to go to record arm right here. Okay. And you could choose it from single or multi. All right. The fixed length bars, I'll talk a little bit more about that, but that's my first step. The next step is to go to main page, and then you're going to go to your ranger. Okay. Right here, what you can do is you got to take this out of loop. Okay. Now, if you work a certain way and you're very specific, let's say, for instance, you only want to record 8 bars, you can keep it on 8 bars. Cool. Not a problem. If you want to record the whole sequence, however you want to do it, or whatever case may be, you can, increase your bars here at the top. Okay. I'm going to put that back on 8. All right. But real simple, you can just hit loop. And what that'll do is turn off the loop. All right. And this will allow you to, zoom in and out of the timeline for us from left to right. Okay. Let's see. So we turn off loop, and that's the first 2 important steps. Turn off loop in the ranger view or the ranger section, and you go to record, hold down record. No matter what mode you're in or whatever the case may be, go to settings, change your record arm to multi. All right. So we set up there. We turned off loop here. We're going to go back to the clip view here. All right. What we're going to do is play this track just to make sure that we got everything gelling or whatever the case may be. I'm trying to decide on how I'm going to do this or whatever. All right. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and hit play. I'm going to go here to the channel mixer, and I'm going to solo each track. And I want to make sure that all of my tracks are straight, or if I need to, explode some tracks and, record those like that. But let me just listen, because I haven't listened to this track in a while. So right here, we just got some percussion, top loop, basically, some top drums. So we can keep that like it is. We got a bass right here. All right. We got another top drums with no kick. So that's good. We got another bass sound. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get my life together. Slide that over. All right. So we got our kick and clap right here. That's manageable. And what I'm looking for is manageable track outs that I can mix later on in the DAW. Okay. Because sometimes you can have a drum kit and it's got a lot of information in there that you can't mix, if that makes any sense. So if I had like this kit, these drums together, that's a lot of information going on, and you don't want to kind of mix that stereo track, if that makes any sense. So what we have here, we can mix that because it's a kick, it's a clap, basically you have low and high information in the frequencies. All right. Let's see what we got here. So that's our sample. We haven't gotten here just yet. I don't know what this is. Let's go back to the clip view. Let's play the whole. So that's another sample. So we got So we got 2 tracks of samples on the hook sequence or whatever the case may be. So when I track this out, I'm gonna keep these 2 solo. I'm not gonna have 2 different samples. Let me listen to this. I'll take that back. I did this on purpose when I was creating the beat. So we'll have to track these 2 out. Not a problem. We got a lead right here. We got some strings. That's our bass we listened to earlier. So we are set up. We're ready to go. So this is going to be a long process because we have 10 tracks. Cool, not a problem. Now, going back to what I was talking about earlier, and if I don't see the chat, my bad, y'all. I'll monitor it here in a few minutes. Let me just get through, you know what I'm saying, the specifics on this video and live stream. Okay, so we got 10 tracks. We're ready to go to record this in arrangement view. Got it? All right, cool. So what we're going to do is I got to decide which sequence I want to start. And that's only to make sense when we get into Ableton Live. You got to follow my process. Trust me, it's going to make sense. All right. I'm very particular if you know me. But I'm trying to figure out which sequence I want to start first. Might go with that one. Okay, so I'm gonna go in that order. I'm gonna go this sequence, this sequence, this sequence, and then to the top. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna complicate the process of, you know what I'm saying, arranging out like a 3-minute song. That's dumb as hell. These four sequences should, you know what I'm saying, be close to a minute long, if not probably not that long or whatnot. And then once we got that out, we'll go ahead and do the track out. So let's go ahead and record this into arrangement view. First thing is first, we're gonna go ahead and do it like that. I'm gonna click on this arrangement situation here. All right, that's kind of queued up. So basically I'm telling the MPC, hey, I want to do something in the arranger. Okay, the next thing I will do is hit the record button, and then I'll just play out the performance on the pads or touch it here. All right, so I'm gonna hit record. The arrangement is ready to record whatever this is in your clip view. Okay, so in the clip view you have 1, 2, 3, you got 4 sequences in the clip view. The arranger is telling us, is blinking red, saying okay, go ahead, cue up one of these sequences. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We took the arranger out of loop, so we shouldn't have any problems. Let's get it. All right, that's it. That's all you got to do. That's it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to play this over and over on each sequence when it comes to getting ready to track this in the DAW. That's it. You just want to get each sequence, for as the length of each sequence in the arranger. Okay, so you go back to main, go to your arranger view. There it is. All right. You're not going to see all this information because I got 10 tracks. But what I'm going to do is shrink this and see the whole arrangement. All right, so we are basically 16 bars long. All right, that's our whole clip view in the arranger. All right, we good to go. We ain't got to go to the clip view anymore. We can just hit play. And what I'm gonna do is test to make sure it's following what the arranger is doing. We got a hiccup. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, we got to take it out of this sequence. My bad. We got to take these right here, because if you have this play button stuck on any one of these color sequences, or basically the production sequence or whatnot, it's going to continue playing the sequence. So you have to make sure you hit the play right here on arrange. And now I've been trying to figure that part out with the MPC, and now it makes sense. Okay, so you got to make sure that, you know, range is on play in the clip view. All right, otherwise it's not going to play what you recorded in the Ranger. All right, so we should be able to play this whole timeline without having something repeated. That makes any sense. Just gonna test this out real quick. Yeah, it's working now. All right, cool. This is the big part right here. This is probably the part that can, you know what I'm saying, make or break you before you actually start tracking out. All right, cool. So now that we got that done, what we're going to do is split the screen here and go into Ableton and everything like that. I'm trying to figure out what kind of view I want to do here. Okay, let's switch the view here for y'all for a second, real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me change some things around on this. Yeah, there you go. I don't know why I did that. Give y'all a bigger view of Ableton. All right, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. So in Ableton Live, what you want to do is we're going to switch over to the arrangement view here. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of these 2 MIDI tracks here, and I'm basically going to get me 10 audio tracks. All right, so let's just get 10 audio tracks. We got 4, 6, 8, and 10. All right, so we got 10 audio tracks here in some random ass colors, whatnot. We'll change the colors as we go. What I'm gonna do is name these tracks in Ableton Live, because what will happen is y'all give me 1 second, because I can't even see what the hell I'm doing here. All right, y'all just gonna have to see that little small view. So what we're gonna have to do is just name these audio tracks as we go, to make sure that we're representing, or we're looking at, you know what I'm saying, what we're doing, and we're tracking out the right shit. That makes any sense. Now, what I'm gonna do is choose the first track. I'm just gonna make this easier for you guys to understand. We're gonna go track 1 through 10 on the MPC. All right, so you know, normally what I do in this process is solo or mute all the tracks, which would probably be easier. Oh, you bastard. There we go. All right, cool. All right, and then what we could do is just solo that and take it off of mute. So that's our kick. All right, so we'll start out with that kick, which will be perfect in order to get timing, and just to make sure that when we play it back and Ableton Live, we're good to go. So I'm just gonna rename this track to trap. I'm just gonna call it trap kick. You bitch. All right, trap kit. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a trap kit. All right. What we're gonna do is enable link at the top left corner. My boy Los, if you're watching the playback, man, this is what we was kind of texting each other about. So I'm doing a video on it. But we're gonna hit link, and I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, resync the link just to make sure that the MPC is linked and ready to go. All right. First things first, we're going to make sure that we number 1, arm our audio track. All right, so we're going to hit record right here at the top right corner. We're going to put this on auto monitor far as the audio is concerned. On my interface, I'm not monitoring the audio. I'm gonna monitor the audio through Ableton Live, so I want to make sure that the auto button on the audio track is highlighted yellow. Okay, The next thing we're gonna do, and I'm looking at my notes here. The next thing we're gonna do is choose the correct input. So I'm gonna run this through. I'm gonna run those drums through the Neve clones. So that's gonna be 5 and 6, which will be 1 and 2 on the interface. And I'm not using I'm using a different Motu interface. I got a Motu M6 if you're wondering. Let me see if I can move my camera over here so you guys can see that interface. There it is right there at the bottom. So this is the Motu M6. I'm a big Motu fan. Probably one of the underrated non-trending interfaces out there in the audio community. Everybody say about UAD Apollos. I had a UAD Apollo. It was cool, but something about that Motu is just real punchy. A lot of good dynamics. Motu M6. I got a Motu 828 over there in the mixing rack. Man, ever since I done switched over to Motu, I've been super happy with the sound. Okay, just wanted to, show y'all that. Okay, all right, cool. Getting back on track. We have our audio input 1 and 2, so we can go ahead and record the audio. We have our monitor auto, so we can hear it, but you have to make sure that you on the track and able to live. We're gonna give this a test. Let's get it. All right, let's put this right here. Let's see if we get any audio. Oh yeah. First off, let me do this real quick, y'all. Sorry about that. Let's go into the mixer window here. We're gonna choose the IO tab, and we want to change the audio output on that drum track. We're gonna put that on. We're gonna put that on 5 and 6. That's the audio outputs. That's gonna go to the Neve clones. All right. Now we should hear some audio. Oh shit! I forgot I was tracking out some stuff earlier. What we're gonna do is turn down our preamp. So I went down 3 clicks on that. Let me set the output here at 12 o'clock on the default settings. I'm gonna keep the EQ circuit in. Let me zero out the EQ section here. Make sure we're good. All right, cool. Yeah, we're gonna kind of listen through here. If you're curious about this this unit right here, so it does have a transformer on the input stage and the output stage. Okay, so you get in a 2-stage transformer where the audio passes through mic preamp and the output. These are not these units are Altron MP73 EQ2. Yeah. MP73 EQ2. These are some cheap Neve clones I found on Reverb. They're Chinese made, but they sound pretty good. They sound pretty. They sound pretty good. You know what I'm saying? They're not warm audio with the Lindahl transformers on them or whatnot, but they have their own transformers on there, and they do the job. Okay. And I just wanted to let y'all know what those are. Okay, so you can pick those up. I think they're about like $380 per unit. So, 380 times 2, I don't know the math, but, that should be 6 carry to 1. Should be about $700 and a little bit over $750 for both of these right here. Real good units. I done had them for about 2 years. Never had any issues. They sound really good. All right, so let's hit play and get some gain staging going on. All right, now that little crack is probably in the conversion from the interface to the streaming interface over here. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna have to turn down that track. I'm gonna turn down the track volume. Yeah, we coming in too hot on those preamps right there. actually bringing the track down on the MPC 6 dB because it was at 0, so I brought it down 6 dB so we can get a clean signal. Now I should be able to crank it up on the preamp side. There we go. There we go. Let's add a little bit of low end. Oh shit. I have to rewind it from the MPC. I'm gonna put it on 110 hertz bump. Actually, shit, I'm tripping. I don't have the EQ in. Now you can hear it is uneven because these two different units. So I'm gonna have to gain stage these right. All right, so what I'm doing now, I was listening using my ears to make sure the stereo field was balanced. And on the, let me see if I can create another preset so you guys can actually see this doggone, let's go up here. I'm gonna move this camera real quick so you guys can see the interface. Because it's going to make sense if I explain it to you. Y'all give me 1 second. I'm watching the game, by the way. All right, cool. This is our... All right, cool. Let me move this out the way. All right, so you can see the meters. God damn it. Y'all sorry. Sorry about that. This is a very delicate... Damn, I done fucked up my whole goddamn thing. Y'all give me 1 second, man. All right. Let me make sure my camera is okay, cool. Okay, all right, cool. We back at it. So, when I hit play here. Damn it. All right, so I'm just making sure that what's going on this LED meter here is translating, you know what I'm saying, here. So basically, I want to make sure that the peaks are pretty much translating the same here. All right, and look like we got it translating correctly. Okay. And another thing too, I gain stage with my ears and everything like that. So when we see it here, it should look the same here, and it should sound the same down here. So because these are two different units, I had to basically make some adjustments and compensate on the output. But I got the right volume coming on the preamp side, did my EQ. Then I have to gain stage on the output so it can make sense in Ableton Live. So we should be all good, ready to go, and everything like that. We're going to go ahead and start tracking out here in Ableton Live. So if you want to kind of view on the second window to your left, we're going to link everything. First things first, I'm going to rewind everything on the arrangement view there. I'm just trying to get my life right. Make sure we got everything. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and record. Let's just test it out real quick. Make sure that Ableton Live is talking to the MPC. do this one more time. You funky bastard. You better not fuck around with the fuck around. It's not linking. Let me do something here real quick. Let me go in the menu real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Make sure I got link on. Yeah, link is not on. Let me turn it on link. So I'm going into the MIDI sync menu and making sure that sync receive is on Ableton Live link. For some reason, each project it has to, you know what I'm saying, be on its own thing or whatnot. All right, cool. Let's go back here. All right, now Ableton Live. You see this yellow thing is kind of going left to right on Ableton Live. That's when you know that Ableton Live is waiting, or should I say Ableton Live is ready to send signal, you know what I'm saying? Or should I say that MPC and the Ableton Live is talking to each other. All right. So we should, as soon as I hit play in Ableton Live, it should play this MPC. You funky bastard, man. Come on. Y'all give me 1 second, bro. I gotta make sure that the tempo is the same as it is on here. Let me do something real quick, y'all. Shit. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, so my tempo is 91. I forgot to do that too. 91.5. So I'm setting the tempo in Ableton Live first. All right. We hit link. All right, there we go. Hit play in Ableton. There we go. God damn it. All right. When we stop Ableton, it stops the MPC. So we're good to go. We're going to restart the MPC and we're going to restart the MPC. Excuse me. We're going to restart Ableton Live and restart the MPC at 1. Otherwise, if you do that, it's going to play on the 1 in Ableton, and then wherever you have it stopped at on the MPC, let's say for instance you're on 4, it's going to start on the 4. So you have to rewind and get back to 1 on the MPC. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. All right, we're ready to record, man. So what we're going to do is cue up and we're recording. And once it gets to the end of the sequence, the arranger sequence on the MPC, it's gonna stop. And stop. It's gonna go a little bit longer. There it is. All right, cool. So you can see it stopped right there because that's the end. So you saw Ableton Live just stop recording by itself. That's because on the MPC in our arranger view, it stops right here on the 18th bar. Even though I recorded, you know, saying 16 or whatnot, I let it go a little bit longer so I can have a little bit of wiggle room when I'm arranging it out in Ableton Live. Okay. So I'm gonna show y'all something real quick, just audio differences or whatnot. If you look at the preamps, I'm gonna go back to on the channel mixer here, and I'm gonna go to my IOs. I'm gonna switch it back on the stereo input that y'all was listening to at the first of the beginning of the video. So that is coming straight out of the stereo main output on the MPC. And you can see you don't have anything going through here. And what we're going to do is switch it over to the preamps. So that's the MPC main out. Now I could have raised up the highs just a little bit. Let me see something here. That sounds a little bit more livelier right there. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna delete this recording in Ableton Live. We're gonna re-record that real quick. All right. All right, we're gonna turn link back on. We're gonna restart everything on the MPC. We're gonna record this again. Yeah, that high end is a little bit, you know what I'm saying, it's grooving now. And y'all can see here, these white lines at the top of the mixer is, you know what I'm saying, basically what your arrangement view is. All right. All right, we got about 4 more bars or 5 more bars. All right, should be stopping any time now. There we go. All right, and it's gonna stop. So that is the drums right there. All right, we'll continue going on, whatnot. And what I normally do now is I'll take that audio output on that track, put it back on the stereo main out 1 and 2, and continue the process. We got the sample here, so this is our sample. Of course. All right, we on time. Cool. So what we're gonna do is undo link, and what I like to do on this is I'm gonna switch this. I think I'm gonna run these through the TB12. Let's bring it down here. And let's set this up in Ableton Live. So the second track, we're gonna rename this sample 1. And really quick, set this on 3 and 4. All right, here we go. And I'm just gonna make sure that we got. All right. I'm gonna redo that right here. Set some things here. I'm gonna give that a vintage. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go to vintage right here. We already vintage there. Like that. I'm gonna give it a little bit more volume. All right. Let's run that beat back one more time. I think we're good to go. I had to make some adjustments on the input and the output. So you got your gain, and then you got your output stage right here. All right. So what I'd like to do, let me restart that. What I like to do is basically hear the difference. Y'all give me 1 second. It's fucking iPad and it's goddamn mouse cursor, bro. Gets on my nerves. Y'all give me some. I'm trying to locate my mouse. God damn it. All right, there we go. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is go to IO settings, and I'm gonna switch that over to the stereo out just to make sure that the gain stage and the balance is pretty much correct. Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. All right, cool. We're ready to track out the second track here. We're gonna have Link. It's talking. All right, we talking. Rewind everything and record. We got everything set up. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and do it. It should play right along with the drums we just recorded. Now the volume gonna sound a little bit loud because I didn't turn the volume down before I recorded, so it's all good. We'll turn it down once we finish recording. And stop. There it is. Just that simple. Kind of like this. I like this. Ableton Live. I used to shit on you, but I could give you that, man. The Ableton Link is nice. All right, so that is that one right there. A little bit about the TB12. There's no EQ on this particular preamp. What you have is these tone controls. So you do have like this discrete amplifier that you can is that a discrete amplifier? I'm trying to get on the floor and see. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I say that right. Yeah, so this knob right here on the TB12 is a discrete amplifier, which allows you to switch from a vintage amplified circuit to a clean circuit. It just depends on what you're recording. Right here you have a tone button. They call it tone, but it's just really a 6 dB boost. Yeah, it's a 6 dB boost. And then right here, I need this light to be on. I need to charge this light. Y'all give me 1 second. I think my headphone amplifier is charged. I got a magnifying light here so I can see what the hell going on. I'm gonna let it charge. I'm gonna let it charge there. All right, cool. Sorry, y'all. I got a lot of shit going on. But this right here is also two different capacitors you can switch from. One is vintage and one is clean. We have it on the vintage setting right now, and then you can bypass the transformer right here if you want to. If not, you have two different types of transformers, which is a nickel transformer and a I can't see that steel transformer. So two different type of transformers you could switch from. We have it on the nickel sound. And you know what I'm saying, the amplified sound here relates to this, and the transformer sound relates to this knob right here. So these knobs and this knob, they work in tandem. You just basically drive your sound in there, get what you want, and it's just that simple. Real good sound because it's mid-rangey. The TB12s is very mid-rangey, warm but mid-rangey. The Neve clones is warm, give you a little bit more low-end beef. All right, cool. That's it on that particular sample. Let's go ahead and unlink in Ableton Live. We're going to play this back just to make sure that everything is Gucci. We're going to turn that volume down on the sample track in Ableton Live. And you see how everything's gelling. Sweet. We rolling. Let's make this track a little blue, but not blue. We're going to rename this sample 2. All right. We're going to use the same. I'm not going to touch the TB12s. We're going to keep them the same. We're just going to set this up. We're going to take this off. And I highly recommend turning the monitoring off on your tracks after you record. All right. And we're basically going to use the same input. And we're gonna link back, rewind on the MPC, and what we're gonna do is solo that. Let me just set up my outputs and just double check. Because we have this arranged out, should be coming up here pretty soon to the hook. Y'all just give it 1 second. It's gonna be, should be coming up here pretty soon. No, we got a long way to go. I just want to make sure everything is working right. So you're hearing the drums and the recording of that sample we did before in Ableton Live, and it should kick in now. I want to turn that down and Ableton Live. All right, cool. There it is right there. So it's working. In order to keep everything intact and in sync, we just got to play the whole goddamn 16 bar. So that's just the process. All right, cool. We're ready to rock and roll, man. Let's look at it and let's record. Oops. Yeah, my bad. Forgot to rewind it in on the MPC. All right, there we go. Let me check the chat while we waiting on this part to record. If you watch, appreciate y'all tuning in. DL, what's going on, man? Nah, you can't borrow the 1073s, man. Can't borrow them, man. Hey, look, I got something for you. You can borrow this right here. You can borrow that right there. That's a 1073 right there, too. All right, there we go. We recording right on time. And that's all our sample right there. That's all we needed. All right, cool. Yeah, DL, man, you can borrow this right here. This right here, man, if you want a Neve type of sound, this is the JHS pedals color box version 2. It has a built-in Landau transformer in here. So basically, what you would get with a Warm Audio 1073 clone, you will get something like this in this small box right here. I did a video on this box in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. If you want to go back on my video timeline to 2023, I want to say in the winter time, I did a video on this box right here. Really cool box. You can run anything through here, vocals, drums. The only thing is it's mono. You feel me? It's mono. But it has a bed. This box probably sounds better tracking through than those down there. I don't know. I haven't did a A/B comparison. That's a good video. I never thought about doing a video between this and that down there. That's coming soon, real soon. But this has a Landau transformer in it. So transformers probably sounds a little bit better than these down here. But you can get this for about 400 with the tariffs nowadays. Shit, probably close to 500 right now, 499 if I'm not mistaken, on Sweetwater. But this is a good grab right here. Really good box. What it has is a 2-step gain. So you have a pre-volume gain, then you have a step gain coming in as well. You got a 3-band EQ and a master out, high pass filter. Turn on and off right here, and then a high impedance, low impedance for your input. So if you really want to fuck some drums up, they're gonna be in mono though. You could track for track in here by vocals, guitars, synths. If you got a mono synth, you know what I'm saying, this is a really good pickup right here, man. JHS pedals color box version 2. Really good thing, man. Yes sir. All right, moving along, man. Moving along. I'm gonna go to the next track here. This should be the top drums that we got right here. Let's go ahead and color our track. Let me listen to this real quick. Actually, let me go over here. All right, We're gonna switch that back to stereo. Let's just listen to this track here. We took link off. Let me take link off real quick. I'm gonna call this one perk and highs. All right, and let's change the color to a red. All right, cool. I'm gonna restart that, turn link back on, rewind on here, switch the output to I'm gonna run those through the Neve. So that's gonna be 5 and 6. Not the Neves, I'm sorry, the clones. I'm gonna call them clones. I don't want nobody coming on my comments talking about those are not Neves. Sensitive ass people, man. We're gonna run those through the clones or whatnot, and just to make sure that we got everything rolling. All right, cool. We got sound coming through the clones. Let's go ahead and arm everything. All right, let's restart that. Let's arm everything here. Turn that monitor off. That's 3 and 4. Yep. No, 5 and 6. Shit. Well, hold on a second. Let me look at my cheat sheet. Yeah, 1 and 2. All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to zero this out. All right, cool. We're gonna do that one more time. Looks pretty even across the board on the mixer view on the MPC. All right, I think that's it right there. All right, let's rewind that back one more time, and I want to do an EQ adjustment. Give it a little bit of top end. Let's cut out some of them lows. One more time. All right, yeah, we put a high pass filter on there. Yeah, I like that. That's very clean. Cool. Let's hit a A/B comparison here. Give me 1 second. I gotta reset this damn MPC. All right, so that's what you see there. So that's the stereo out. Of course, it's going to be a big volume difference, but it cuts through pretty clean. It cuts through pretty clean. I like that. All right, let's go ahead and rewind the MPC. Restart it here. Enable to live. We got everything set up. We ready to go. Let's record. Let's unsolo and able to live. I think this one is playing pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I ain't gonna record all of that. All right, cool. I just did the first two. I'm gonna kind of shortcut this shit because this doing pretty much the same thing here. So we'll just do duplicate that right there. Just to make everything even. Actually, you could just pretty much stop it here, and we could shorten up this section here, this here, and this here. All right, cool. All right, we're gonna unlink that just to hear it back, play back in Ableton Live. Yeah, let's turn it down a little bit. Now it's off on purpose. When I'm working on the MPC or even in the DAW, whether it's Reason or Ableton Live, I don't believe in MIDI and everything at 100%. You feel what I'm saying? I like to have different timing variants. Long as it's in time, it's cool. But you know what I'm saying? I learned that about 6 years ago, man. Like stop MIDI and everything and quantizing it at 100%. So the only thing I have 100% is kick, snares, the main timing to it. But like instruments, long as it's played on time, I like the slightness of it being offbeat. That's just me, and everything like that. Cool. We Gucci, man. We are rolling. We rolling, man. We rolling. All right, cool. The next thing we're gonna do, unsolo that. We're gonna solo that, put that back on the stereo or the main out. I think this is the bass right here, if I'm not mistaken. Let's play that. Yeah, that's our bass. So we got two basses in here. I got this bass and I got an 808 that's underneath this right here. We're gonna run this through the clones. My bad. Let me reset the let me reset. Actually, we're gonna run that sound through the TB12s. Let me just let me reset everything here because I don't want that thing to be loud as hell. All right. Dude, I'll put 7 and 8. And of course, we're not going to hear anything because we need to rename it here in Ableton Live and want to rename that synth bass. All right, cool. Set that up on 3 and 4. And just solo that. There he is. There he is. Let's give this a clean sound. I don't want that vintage sound. Yeah, there we go. We can be aggressive on the tone. Yeah, let's be aggressive on the tone. And let's roll that beautiful bean footage back. There's like a shortcut to just jump back to. There we go. Let me check something here. Make sure. Yeah, that's a mono bass. So we got to come in. Let me make some adjustments real quick. There we go. All right, cool. We got that adjusted right because it's mono. Want to make sure everything is even. I like what I hear. Let me just rewind that back one more time. I want to be a little bit more aggressive on the tone coming in. Yeah, just to be a little bit more aggressive on that preamp. I think we ready to go. All right. All right, let's turn on link. Let's take that out of solo mode. I think we're ready to go. All right, here we go. Wait a cotton picking minute. Let me take it mute off. I'm tripping. Oh, we don't have link on. I'm tripping. All right, there we go. Yeah, she growling. Let's turn this down in Ableton. There we go. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and record that. All right. And bam. Now you see why I have it extended long on purpose, so I can get that tail end. Because a lot of times when you're arranging, you may want that boom, 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 boom. You want that downbeat. So that's the reason for that. But we can cut it off and we can always bring it back. So you always want to give yourself at least 3 to 4 seconds of sound, and not just abruptly cut it off on your loop. All right, cool. So that is the synth bass. We halfway there. I ain't gonna be on here long. All right, what the hell is this one right here? Let's go to our inputs and outputs here. All right, set that back to stereo. Let's see what we got here. We turn link off. No, we ain't turn link off. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see here. Oh shit, that's way out here. That's our strings. We can run those through the TB12. Yeah, that's our synth strings right there. Yeah, that's our synth strings. All right, cool. So we're gonna go back to clip view. Shit, wrong view. Tripping. Let's run that out of 7 and 8. And we're going to take a track here in Ableton Live. Rename this synth strings. And let's just give that a color. All right. Let's set that up. 3 and 4. Cool. This is the stuff they don't show you. Trying to make everything look easy. It ain't easy, man. It's hard work. I'm just talking shit, bro. Man. All right. Let's solo this. Let's go back here to our Ranger view. That's hard. Bitch. A little bit of hot. I actually want a vintage tone on that. Let's play that one more time. Come on, my boy. Yeah, there we go. Let's go back, make sure that we got all our make a little adjustment right there. I think we're ready to go. So you'll notice here, as long as I'm not coming in hot, I'm good. I'm actually going to reset this back to 0 on this track right here, because, you know, if I need to come back and just play some stuff here, I'm good. But as of right now, we should be good to go. All right, we're going to unsolo that. I'm going to turn link back on, and we should be ready to rock and roll. All right, here we go. You can see everything doing what it's doing. It's only loud because I forgot to turn it down in Ableton. It's all good. All right, there it is. All right, so if we unlink that, we'll play that back in Ableton. All right, cool. Moving on to the next. All right. All right, let's go here. Go back to channel view here. I think we got our lead right here. The lead, we're also going to run through the TB12 as well. So we'll just set that right here, put that back on stereo. And in Ableton Live, we'll take another track here. We'll do synth leads. Right. All right. All right, we'll do that. Turn that off there. And I'm going to start rolling in here. Sync that right there. All right. We look good. Smell good. Let's go on ahead and hit record so we look good. Oh, shit. I'm fucking up an important step. Let's hit play. I gotta make sure that the sound is right. I'm tripping. Right here. Y'all forgive me. I had link on. My bad. Let me take the link off real quick. All right. Let's play it right here. Ooh, we're coming in hot. That actually sounds pretty goddamn good, though. Yeah, that actually sounds goddamn pretty good. I ain't gonna even front. Let's do a clean. Well, I'm gonna keep that on vintage. I'm just gonna take that. Nah, man, I actually like that. Let's do the. Make sure. All right, I got some light now. Let's do steel. And let's bring this down one notch. All right, and let's see how that sounds. Check something real quick. All right, let's bring it back. Shit. I gotta make sure the gain stage is right. Bitch. That's it right there. That's what it looks like right there. All right, cool. Let's record. Damn, we got to go a long way on this one. Hit link. They got me. They got me. Forgot to rewind it back on the MPC. All right, there we go. All right, we're gonna go through the whole process, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Just trying to go through this process, man. Just trying to help somebody out, man. Yeah, bitch, I ain't want. You record everything, huh? Oh, y'all, hold on a second. I am so sorry. Let's do this real quick. Actually, I found a cheat code. Let me show you. I think this is one. Instead of doing it all like that, I'm gonna go on the limb right here. I'm gonna go on the limb real quick. I'm gonna start at a beat before, or a measure before the synth actually comes in, and I'm gonna start at a measure before right here, and I'm gonna see if it links. I'm just trying to be lazy here. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh shit, yeah, man. Look at me learning something new on the fly. You hear me? All right, cool. Hell yeah. Shit. I fucks with that all goddamn day. Yes, sir. All right. Yeah. Oh, this shit got even better. All right, cool. I'm acting brand new. I'm new to everything. So yeah. Okay. Shit. That's gonna cut down time a whole lot right there. Let's see what we got here. Let's go back to the Ranger view here. Let's go ahead and turn off link. Got like three more tracks, man. Let's go here and go to the IOs. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see something. I think I fucked up. Yeah, okay. All right. I did it correct. I thought I didn't record the audio, but yeah, I did it right. Okay, we on this one right here. Trying to figure out, this is another synth here. We're gonna keep it on that same 1, 7, and 8. Righty, and let's go to Ranger view here, and it starts here. This goddamn Apple shit, man. Fuck. Man. Alright. And this one right here. Let me stop I'm gonna rename this track. I don't know what the kind of synth this is. I forgot, but we'll just do synth 2 here. Change the inputs here. Do that. Unsolo that. And let's do that one more time. I think this one starts on measure 5. So we'll put it right here. And let's go ahead and link. All right, let's hit play. You bitch. Okay. All right, so that didn't work. You funky bastard. All right. I'm gonna have to drive this one a little bit. Let's get a clean sound on here. We're gonna go to a nickel transformer so we can get a full bandwidth. Ooh, a little too hot. Let's rewind that back. That sounds like that's it right there. We're gonna hit the interface a little bit harder. Let's rewind that back one more time. One more time for my confidence. All right. I think we're ready to go on this one. And where it starts at 5. So we're going to start on 4. All right. And let's put this on 4 here and here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's 4. All right, let's turn link on. Should record like it needs to. Let's see. And bam! Oh man, that ain't fucked up now, boy. Shit. Sorry about that, y'all. I ain't have it on the pre's right there. All right, cool. 2 more tracks to go, man, and we be done. Fun fact, let's go here to this view. Let me move all this bullshit out the goddamn way, man. Styluses and goddamn AirPods all over the fucking place, man. My bad. But yeah, I'm coming in on this interface. I'm gonna move my iPad over just a little bit. I'm coming on the interface. I'm not adjusting the preamps on the interface. They all turned down, getting line level, you know what I'm saying, straight from the devices. So that's why I'm preamp gain. Well, that's why I'm sorry. That's why I'm gain staging from the actual hardware coming into the interface. I could adjust the preamp gain here, but what that's gonna do, if you adjust the preamp gain on the interface, it's gonna give it more noise, if that makes any sense. So That's why you always want to gain stage at your source. So I'm gain staging at the hardware, coming into the interface. These are all down at their lowest volume for pretty much, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming in, these are combo jacks. So I can go in XLR or line. So I have them turned down so it can receive the line level. If we raise the line level up by turning up, let's say this gain right here, if you be quiet, that's what you get. So whenever you turn up preamp gain on an interface, all you're doing is introducing noise into your sound. You turn that down, all your true sound is going to come from your hardware. So that's why all of those are turned down. Just a fun fact. I don't have the toys. I got the tools, man. Shit, man. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get the sound right, man. That's about it. But I have noticed like a difference, you know what I'm saying, in the sound quality and stuff like that stuff. So, you know, yeah, man. It helps. It helps. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? And I can hear the difference. I'm just taking an ear break right now, man. But I could definitely hear a difference, you know what I'm saying, with just doing everything in the box versus running the stuff through here. You know, it may not, you may not hear it in the beginning for us like running anything through preamps, EQs, or whatnot, but you do hear a difference in the long run. Trust me on it. Because if you mix the same beat, you know what I'm saying, with the same type of plugins, with the same type of settings, you will hear a difference. And it's like this, and then it's like this. You know what I'm saying? It's a separation type of thing. It's a quality thing. Things they punch a little hit harder. You know what I'm saying? You hear certain frequencies a little bit better. It doesn't sound so boxed in. It sounds more open, dynamic, and in your face. You know what I'm saying? It really does make a difference, though. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. But yeah, man, come on, fly down here, bro. Fuck with your boy, man. Shit. Yeah, you already know how I roll, bro. You already know how I roll. Shit, the only thing changed is the damn time, man. That's it. That is it. Cool. So let's change these colors in advance, and we be done. I think these last two tracks are drum tracks. So we're gonna go through the knees on these. All right. No, 5 and 6. There we go. All right, let's see here. These are, I think this is, let me play this back. Let's turn the link off here. And hit audio here, solo that. Just making changes in the where are we coming in? Oh, we should be hearing sound somewhere. Where we fucking up at? Let me do this real quick, y'all. Okay, we're just gonna call that clap top. While I'm at it, let me see what this one is. Okay, that's our 808. I may just leave that 808 and just record it out of the stereo. Because I ain't got time to play with that 808, man. I could just process that in the yeah, we'll just record that straight out of the MPC. All right, cool. Let's record the clap top. Okay. We got 1 and 2. Let's go here to record. All right, let's put a link on here. You funky bastard. the only thing I don't like about that. You gotta rewind this bitch all the way back here. Woo! Woo! Coming through that knee. Woo! Let's turn that preamp down. Good God Almighty. Let's turn that down about three notches. Damn, I had them highs hidden. Yikes. Let's bring it on a high pass here. And sorry, y'all. My bad. Trying to get the best possible angle. My bad, y'all. Let me reset this thing one more time. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Let's hit play one more time. You funky bastard. Ooh, that's too much right there. Let's add a little bit of bottom end on that. So play that back. Yeah, funky bitch. All right. Gotta check one more thing. I gotta make sure that the balance is correct. Sorry, y'all. Sounds like the same right there. Yeah, that's it right there. Cool. My bad, DL. I'm so sorry. So sorry about that. Let's see. No. Well, that's another video. With the VSTs running back into the hardware. I'm now that I got everything set up, I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm gonna do one live stream on how you can use iPad sounds with the MPC, and then I'm gonna do another video with Ableton Live or Reason and running that sound from the computer into the MPC and recording. But in this one, everything is coming straight out of the MPC. So this beat is going to be a part of an instrumental project that I'm gonna be putting out here pretty soon. I pretty much did samples and everything on the MPC. So the sounds that you're hearing is either from a plugin on the MPC or samples and stuff like that, or some kits that I had in here and stuff like that. High gain. I like to run stuff hot, but I'm not peaking hitting the interface. That makes any sense. So it may sound hot on y'all end, but trust me, I'm a stickler of not clipping and stuff like that. So it can come all perceived it's coming in hot, but you can see clearly from the waveforms we're well within gain range and stuff like that. So saying gain staging from the hardware going into the interface is like so critical and important and stuff like that. And then when you record it in, it may sound like it's hot. And I'm not saying that you're saying anything wrong with the high gain. I'm just talking. But saying if you gain stage right, it's gonna sound beefier on the playback or what you recorded. You feel what I'm saying? Trust me, if I was recording hot, this thing would probably be maxed out like that. You feel me? And it'll sound definitely fucked up for sure. But that's what I like about the Motu interfaces. You have a high dynamic range on the preamps. You know what I'm saying? So when you buy an interface, like I used to have a Scarlett. You know what I'm saying? I used to have the Scarletts, the you know what I'm saying, the budget interfaces. I learned the lesson the hard way. But the Motu interfaces, the preamps, they have a high dynamic range. And the preamps, they can go loud. Like you can get I think the M6s, I think it max out at 60 or 65 dB, which is pretty much average. The Motu 828, it goes all the way up to 70 dB on the preamp. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have to look at the line input on what they max out to. But the dynamic range is what I'd pay attention to, because you can still gain stage and you will hit a limit on the dynamic range based on the specs on the interface. So the Motu stuff, man, they dynamic range, it bees off the chain, man, for sure. But let's see here. Snoop Dogg. Ah, shit, I ain't even think about that. Yeah, it definitely has a West Coast vibe. I did that kind of purposely. Stuff like that. I was just trying to do something different. I think what I did on this one, it was this sample right here, man, that really kind of started it all. Like the first two samples I did, that's basically how I started off the beat. Cause the sample what I sampled was kind of fucked up. Like it ain't gonna play. Let me unlink it real quick. Yeah, what I sampled was kind of fucked up, and I thought I was gonna fuck it up. What's going on here? Why we not? Yeah, so that's what I started out with. So I was just cutting some shit up, and then I got the bright idea to just kind of like blend two parts of the same audio together, and then this is what I started out the first two tracks. If this motherfucker wanna act right, come on, bro. I gotta change the solo preferences in here. Fuck, bruh. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to cuss, man. I'm trying to clean my mouth up. Oh, come on. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me change the solo in place real quick. It's been a while, y'all. I ain't been in Ableton in a minute. My apologies. Let me change those settings real quick. But yeah, Yeah, I just started out with those two samples right there, and I kind of went with it. Yeah, let's take that exclusive solo off, bitch. There we go. So I started out with these two right here. That's what I started off with. Blending the two, and then I came with this track right here, this percussion track. I started out with that, and then I think I started out with here. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me bring it back. Then I came with these right here. And then I just started building from there, or whatnot. But if you listen to this, I wasn't really trying to get like a West Coast sound, because that's not my forte. But then I put that little dog sound in there. And that was like a trap kit, though. It was a trap kit from DNA Sound Labs. DNA Sound Labs, they make a lot of Reason refills, but they do make some MPC expansions. And they had that roof in there. And so I started playing with that roof. And then it just started kind of going that way or whatnot. Pretty dope, man. But yeah, man, I'm just yapping, bro. I'm so sorry, y'all. My bad. Nah, I'm trying to be disciplined and not talking too much in these live streams, or whatnot. But yeah, man. Definitely sounds West Coast for sure, man. Oh no, bro. Look. I ain't mean to say it like that. As far as the two Scarlets, it I didn't mean to say it like that. I ain't mean to make you cry, bro. I'm just fucking with you. I know you fucking with me too, but let me say this though. There is a difference. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I hear people all the time on the video say, they'll say like, you can use a Scarlett, it's all good. Yeah, you can use a Scarlett when the need be to use a Scarlett. Nothing against Focusrite, you know what I'm saying? They do make some good stuff, you know what I'm saying? You can achieve a good sound with the Scarletts. I know that's a debate that still goes on here in the YouTube community, but take it from a person that used to have budget everything. All this shit in my studio, I never used to have before. The first 15 to 20, yeah, basically the first 15-ish years, everything I did was in the box and a Scarlett. I've been using Scarletts for a while, man, since back in like goddamn 2010. The first time I actually switched over was like during COVID or right before COVID. I got a UAD and stuff like that. And you can get the sound that you need to get in the Scarletts. But like if you're looking for like optimum premium sound, and that's your thing, then you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna really kind of like, you know, make or break anything and stuff like that. But there is a difference. And the difference is that I think a lot of people don't talk about. We focus too much on and let me put the camera on me because I'm just talking and or whatnot. So I think a lot of people focus on the sound quality. It's not the sound quality. It's not, you know, it's gonna make the bass, you know, hit a little harder. It's not gonna say, well, is the highs are gonna be harder or whatnot. It's not that. It's the dynamic range. It's the stereo separation. It's those little intricate things that a lot of people don't talk about on YouTube. And I don't engage in that because I'm not a very mild argumentative person because I could turn up whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that, you know, there is a nice separation. So if, let's say for instance, you make a beat on a Scarlett, Focusrite, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, your mix is gonna be like this. It's gonna be closed in. You feel what I'm saying? But if you get something a little bit better, like I'm a stickler of Mo2, then it widens out like this. When you get into the big dog interfaces like the Mo2s, the Apogees, what else they got out there? Apogee, Antelope Audio, $1,000 and up, now that mix starts to spread out and you have more dynamic range to record, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if you reamping your VSTs, and what I mean by reamping your VSTs is taking that audio, running it out of the DAW, running it through a preamp, and then bringing it back in. You can push that audio through that preamp, and you're gonna get more out of that sound. You're gonna hear things you couldn't hear in that VST when you run it through a preamp, and then you're going through a good converter, like a good interface / converter, you know what I'm saying, for as the ADDA concern and stuff like that. You're gonna hear certain things that mid-range of that VST is gonna stick out a little bit more, but when you play it back, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna sound puny versus sounding like big dog. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of people say the sound, define sound. You see what I'm saying? I'm define sound. That's what I'm saying. Like, we could talk like, okay, yeah, this interface sounds better than this. Define sound. You see what I'm saying? And it's the dynamic range. It's the, you know what I'm saying, the widening of the sound, just a small percentage of it and whatnot. And you know, I'm sold on Motu. I've used Motu when I was in audio school. That's all they had was Motu. They ain't have nothing else. They didn't have UAD. They didn't have Focusrites. They had everything Motu. And I never understood why my audio school had Motu. Never understood it. And it didn't click. It didn't click like, Motu. I thought Motu was just like a overseas brand that was mediocre and everything like that, and it just never dawned. So a few years after I graduated from school, I just, you know what I'm saying, chased the trending interfaces or whatnot. But another thing to factor in too is, like, you know, my hearing is going to be different from your hearing, and your hearing is going to be different from someone else's hearing. Everyone don't have the same Fletcher-Muncher curve. I hope I'm saying that right, but we all don't have the same hearing. So what you hear in the Scarlett may work for you, and your subtle adjustments, wherever that may be in the signal chain, is going to be for what your hearing is. For my hearing, Motu works perfectly. UAD second, and I haven't tried any other interfaces or whatnot. But I know Motu, UAD, you know what I'm saying, they work pretty good. UAD has a nice wide sound, but the dynamic range seems like it's budget. That makes sense. So you get the perception of a wide stereo spectrum, but a very squished sound. You see what I'm saying? But it's up front in your face, especially on vocals. With Motu, that motherfucker just round, solid, and in your face. You know what I'm saying? That's my analysis. Other people may be different. It's an argumentative situation, but the only way you're going to find out is actually get into gear and actually trying it out. Don't ever take anybody's advice, because I could be telling you this and Motu may not work for you based on your hearing. So, you know what I'm saying? I know there's a lot of videos out there and say, hey, this. I mean, yeah, it's something to listen to, and it's something to take as a reference. But don't go out there, man, because Johnny Appleseed say, you know what I'm saying, Apollo is what it is and stuff like that. No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna have to roll the dice and get in there. The best thing you can do though is I know there's a guy, I think his name is Kraus, something Kraus on YouTube, and he actually does a really, really good job of doing interface testing. I know it because he always have Adobe Audition in the background recording his audio showing that. But you know what I'm saying, he does a really good job of giving you a real world listen of different interfaces or whatnot. And when he does a side-by-side comparison of the noise level, you will hear Presonus has a lot of noise. Scarletts have a lot of noise. Motus are actually kind of quiet. UAD's fairly quiet and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying, when you get it in hand, you're not gonna hear all that noise because you have to turn the preamps up hot and stuff like that. But at the same token, you know what I'm saying, you have getting the sound that you want, you're gonna have to go through some trials and tribulations, which means you're gonna have to buy something, it ain't gonna work out for you, and you're gonna have to sell it. That's just the hard truth of it. I think a lot of people don't talk about or whatnot. That's why you know what I'm saying, that's why you see a lot of stuff that's on sale or whatnot. But I could tell you for sure, if you're interested in a Motu, start out, you know, small. Get the Motu M2, and that's what I started out with, Motu M2. Then I moved up to the M6, and then I was like, fuck it, I love this Motu sound. Let me do the 828. And bruh, like, I love that motherfucker. I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. Like, I be turning shit up on purpose, and it still handled it like a champ. Recording it inside like any DAW, you still got a lot of headroom. And y'all heard it. Like, I'm recording hot. I'm using the M6. That's what, about $500 interface. And you hearing it, like, that bitch is wild out there. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a trial and tribulation thing with interfaces though. Whatnot. You just got to find one that works for you. I heard some amazing stuff with Scarlett's. And Scarlett's is kind of like when you record vocals through there. They're gonna sound Scarlett, like if you don't record, like, you know, instruments and stuff like that, but if you know, I know personally, when you record vocals through a Scarlett, they cut through like they need to cut through, but it's something it feels like it's missing when you record vocals through a Scarlett. And what happens is you start boosting a lot of things on the EQ side. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you use air, that air function is the horrible. It's horrible. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got a fucked up mic that don't have a lot of high end, it's horrible. Don't even use it. You know what I'm saying? But when you record raw vocal through a Scarlett, it's like you're searching for something. Then you start bumping up the low mid range and the low range when you don't need to be doing that and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things to factor in. Your microphone, the preamp. If you're going straight into the interface, God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to add noise to the signal and stuff like that. So it's a lot of things you have to factor in. And it takes a lot of trials and tribulation. I can tell you for a fact, man, I done spent thousands of dollars on, not thousands, but hundreds of dollars, excuse me, on interfaces. You know what I'm saying? Searching for the right interface. I done went through a whole bunch of Personas interfaces. The best Personas interface I bought was the Studio 192, the Studio 192. It was a mobile USB 3 interface that came out in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, or 15. And that interface was like, that was my introduction of like, man, fuck them Scarletts. And then I fucked around. It had a firmware error and it never could work anymore. It never could turn on. And that's when I knew, like, okay, Persona's got some bullshit going on. And then I went back and I got a Focusrite 18i20. Y'all probably saw those a couple of years ago. I used to use that like good, man. It was good, but it felt like something was missing. And then I went back and I got a M2 for streaming, and that worked, you know what I'm saying, pretty good. I liked the way my voice sounded through it. And then I sold that, got an M6. And that's basically everything I'm doing. Everything I'm doing on this live stream is the M6, besides the microphone, because I'm coming straight out of a voice processor, DBX channel strip. But all the audio that you hear is through the Motu, and it's a workhorse. It's American made, and the customer service, you can call them directly if you have a problem with your Motu interface. Because I had a problem with the 828 with a firmware upgrade. You can call them. You can set an appointment. A technician is going to call you back, walk you through this process, and that's it. I haven't experienced that with no other interface. And it's American made. I think they're out of Boston. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Real good company. All right, I think I've talked enough, man. My bad, y'all. I'm just trying to make this 3rd gen A2A. That's what I had. Yeah. 3rd gen is not bad. The new ones, I've been kind of tempted on getting one just to get one, just to see what they have changed on there. But I'm good though, man. I'm straight. I'm a Motu fan, man. I am a Motu fan. I thought about upgrading my 828 to the 848, But I just don't have a need to until they come out with something different. I'm good on it. Yeah, it's a good interface, and I love the LED screens for game staging purposes. The Motu LED screens on, man, they are lifesaver. That's why I'm able to game stage like I can, because I can A/B metering stages between this a DAW versus what's coming in, what's going out. It is a game changer and stuff like that for sure, man. I'm sorry about that, man. I'm gonna keep on going. One mics. I like the AKGs. I'm a big AKG fan. Norman used to be like, everybody wanted the Norman. Normans, I don't know. I'm not too excited about those Normans. There's another expensive mic brand. I've heard it. I ain't never owned one. I want to say it's Lawton Audio. Yes, Lawton Audio. Those microphones. If you got about a couple of grand, about 2,000-3,000, you can get your Lawton Audio mic. You good to go. But AKG, real good. All of their mics. I mean, I have a C214. The new ones that just came out, the new ones that just came out right after NAMM. Those are pretty good. And of course the 414, granddaddy of them all. Michael Jackson used to sing on those. But I got the 214, awesome. Liveaxtion Audio. Liveaxtion Audio makes some real good mics too. It's an Australian company. They make some real good mics too. Of course, you can't go wrong with a Shure. And that's the brands that if I'm going to go buy a mic, I'll fuck with those. AKG, Lawton Audio when I get some money. Liveaxtion Audio is real good. Trying to think. And there's some other mics that's really, really good out there. I don't want to leave anything out, but microphones is another thing. You may have to own about 2 or 3 of them, just to, for certain different purposes. I got like 4 different mics in the studio. I got a 2 podcasting mics. I got the Rode Podcaster, the $99 mic. I got a Presonus PD70, which is a really, really good mic, and I record vocals through that. I rap through that mic because it just focuses on that mid range like a mug, you know what I'm saying? And it's just got it's got the right amount of low cut for my voice. I use that for rapping, and that's like $130 mic. When I call myself want to sing and stuff like that, I break out the AKG, or I use that on my clients. I got a Liveaxtion, I think it's a 290, the Liveaxtion LCT 290, which is a real good mic too. I think the one above it is like in that $250 range. Really, really good, really, really good, and stuff like that. MXL, I have an MXL mic. I slept on. I think it's the B67 mic. It's about $150 mic that you can get on Amazon. It's an ugly booger green with a gold covering over the capsule. Awesome. It sounds really good. You know what I'm saying? It's up there with the AKG 214 that I have. And I had some other mics like there was a mic called the Bumblebee mic. It was a big old block, and it had like yellow and black stripes with a flat capsule with a round back. It looked like the blue mics or whatnot, and that was a really good mic at the time. I sold it, but it was a really, really good mic. The only thing I didn't like about it, the SPL on the measurement, it wasn't high enough. So when you got loud, it'll crack up like that. So you know what I'm saying, I kind of got rid of it because the SPLs on the capsule, it wasn't really, really well. So yeah, man, I'm gonna stop yapping, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, that Lawton Audio, bro, hey man, that thing a fool, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Really, really good, man. All right, we got one more track to go. Actually, I need to record what we got here, so let's go ahead and get it. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. I need that ear break though. All right, let's go ahead and record this. Turn link back on. There he is. That is it. Last but not least, I think I am going to do the 808 just coming straight out of the main and calling the motherfucking day. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do because I can. And I don't like. I know a lot of people like you got to be creative with the 808. I'm not gonna fuck around with that damn preamps. I'm just gonna come out the stereo on the 808, man. Let's see here. We gotta change that to 5 and 6. I'm gonna turn that off because we're monitoring that, and that's all we gotta do. Really, just sync it. Just shrink it, my boy. Let's go here. Let's rewind that back right there. See if this bitch will play. Oh, we're not monitoring. I hope it's playing right. Yeah, it recorded. Cool. Yeah, they recorded. Bet. So that is all the tracks right there. That's it. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. It's a little bit time consuming. A little bit time consuming, but you know what I'm saying? It would definitely translate when you are mixing. Which, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna mix these tracks in Ableton Live. I was gonna fuck around with Studio One, but I don't know. It just all depends how I feel, whatever the case may be. But like I can go in here now once I got everything tracked into Ableton Live. What the hell is going on, bro? You mean to tell me I can't? Yep. This Mac shit I gotta get used to. Yeah, but now I can come in here and let's say for instance, I can come in here. Let me mute everything. And let's say I want to add a guitar, right? Why the hell I can't type? Okay, there we go. Let's say for instance I want to add a guitar on top of this arrangement. So I just load up a guitar. Okay. All right. And let me blow that up for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And we just hit play from the beginning. See what I'm saying? So it just gives you ability to, you know what I'm saying, stack more instruments on top of that. And, you know what I'm saying, you just have a little bit more flexibility on that or whatnot. I would go through the whole process of, you know what I'm saying, arranging this bad boy out and showing you guys that. But I stayed on here a little bit longer than what I thought. But again, we started out with the verse composition, and then this last little 8 bars is the hook and stuff like that, man. So I hope this video was very helpful for you guys. How many tracks from the MPC are you able to record into your interface at one time? Depending on the interface that you have, the one I have, I can record up to 6 tracks. So the M6 is 6 inputs and 4 outputs. So let's say for instance, I had a drum kit. I can actually, the way I have it hooked up, I can record outputs 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, all at the same time, just depending on where I'm sending them at. So if I was to go back here on the let's do this real quick. Let me do this. If I was to go on this part right here, and let's say for instance on this, on, it just depends on your needs for the output. Let's say for instance this right here, you know what I'm saying, I could take the claps, put all of those, you know, I could put the kick on output 3, the clap on output 4, hi-hats, and hi-hats on output 5, a percussion sound on output 6. So you have to make the decision on what's gonna get out. Do you want your drums mono? Do you want your drums stereo? What you want stereo and stuff like that. It's a planned out process or whatnot. But to answer your question though, you can do output 1 and 2 like I did with the 808. I just recorded the output of the MPC, you know, the output that you normally listen to with headphones and the speakers. I just recorded the output into Ableton Live because I'm monitoring it on 5 and 6 on the interface, which is a direct line in. It's not a combo mic and line input. It's just a straight line in. So for a clean line in signal. So that's what you're monitoring on this YouTube Live. So basically the audio that you're hearing from the MPC, I just recorded it into Ableton Live. But it just depends on what sound source you want. If you want a stereo, you're going to get 3 simultaneously streams of audio going into your DAW. If you want mono sounds, then you have the opportunity to use 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So a total of 8 going out. But it just depends on the inputs of your interface. My interface that I have hooked up in this setup here is 6 in. So I can only do 6 inputs, you know what I'm saying, at one time. If I was over here on the other side of this camera in the mixing area, we can get a little groovy and record everything all at one time on 8 ends and stuff like that. So yeah, that should answer the question right there, man. Which was this one right here. I don't know why I didn't hide that or whatnot. So yeah, man, that is pretty much it right there though, bro. We basically have tracked our tracks into, why is this thing acting stupid, bruh? I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we basically tracked everything in Ableton Live, and it's basically a toss up from here. So just looking at it and how I have it constructed, normally I'll just take the hook part because it's all the same shit, ain't nothing different, and we'll just do the good old Command D all the way through. Let's do 2 minutes. Bam, there we go. So we'll do that like that, and that's our whole track. You see what I'm saying? Plus this MIDI track down here, and then you just start picking that shit out. You see what I'm saying? So say for instance, and you just start picking that shit out just like that. The arrangement is tight and good to go. So yeah, that's it, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Yes, sir. DL, man, as always, man, I appreciate you tuning in, man. We got to catch up, man. Have to talk here real soon. Oh man. Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? It comes by design, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, I'm far from where I want to be at, man. I wish I was like my boy Los. My boy Los got a relative, man. This guy on the keys, whew, niggerachi. He is dope on the keys, man, for sure, man. Good God Almighty, man, he's real good, and stuff like that. Real good on the keys, and everything like that, man. But nah, it'll all come, man. I can be honest though, man. You do have to, get some time to sit down and do things. I don't. My time is not, like it used to be during COVID and stuff like that. So this weekend, I was busy all day yesterday, but today, I had about a good 4 hours just to sit down and get some things in order and shoot, drink me some mushroom coffee, and what I'm saying, I'm good to go. You feel me? And everything like that. But you know what I'm saying, it takes time. Like when you have some time to learn everything like that, the stuff like that, it'll come to you, man. But you know what I'm saying, you got to start somewhere, bro. But you'll be fine once you get that time to sit down and learn that shit, bro. Yeah. I'm in the process of right now just kind of like eliminating a lot of this crap I got in here. I got a lot of equipment that I'm gonna start selling here pretty soon. Or whatnot, and like some stuff that I bought and I don't use anymore. Like I got a shit ton of guitar pedals I'm gonna sell. I got a 2-channel preamp down there. 2-channel preamp. I got a couple of processors in here. I bought a summon mixer, and it just don't fit my needs. So I got a lot of stuff I'm gonna sell, man. But simplify your workflow, man. I'll say simplify your workflow, and it'll help you get to where you want to get to, and help you understand a little bit faster. Because if you got a lot of stuff, it can get overwhelming. And you could be like, okay, well, your mind is gonna tell you I want to use everything, but it's not a simplified workflow. Because I could tell you, man, late nights just looking. Like last night, I was looking. Last night, I was up in here after I finished doing family stuff and whatnot. I stayed up till about like 2 o'clock last night, rearranging this whole setup, moving the preamps that you just saw. All that's a fresh install I did late last night. Took me about 2 hours to put those in, rerun the wires, unhook it from the mixer, unhook it from the ADAT, because those preamps was hooked to my ADAT expander. Had to unhook those, rewire those. Hell, it was like a goddamn AB technician in here, which is my job. That's what I do. But yeah, it's a bitch and stuff like that. You definitely want to simplify your workflow, and I'm constantly in the studio changing things up just to simplify the workflow. But you got to have time to do that. So if you're, I mess with people a lot that go to sleep early. In order to gain, wisdom and knowledge and stuff like that. It's almost like an athlete. You know what I'm saying? You have to kind of go out there and practice a little harder. Shoot in the night. You know what I'm saying? If you got a little bit of light and stuff like that, you got to kind of put that work in, just to kind of learn some things and whatnot, man. And I blame all of that knowledge that I knew through audio school. It was just certain things we had to do when I was in audio school in order to understand what I be doing here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people say you don't need audio school, but it teaches some things, like for real. That's a whole nother video, a whole nother conversation I can get into, but you do learn some things to help you, along your journey, wherever that may take you. I thought audio school was gonna have me working in the studio and everything like that, but it actually landed me a corporate job. You see what I'm saying? So, it just depends on what you're gonna do with your time, and learning what you need to learn and stuff like that. But man, you got time though, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's an old lady on Instagram. She got to be in her 60s, and she making beats, man. I remember watching her for the first time, and it was do 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 do, and she had a like nice trap drum loop, but it do 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 do. Now, man, I saw one of her posts. Oh man, she getting it and stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, you got time, man. You could do it. There's a lot of people out there, you know, they they getting it, you know what I'm saying? So you can get it, man. Don't get discouraged. I get discouraged all the time. Matter of fact, man, fun fact, you know, I'm an army vet, you know what I'm saying? My PTSD kicked in real heavy in February, and it may not have seemed like it, but yeah, I had a rough couple of 2 to 3 weeks, and you know what I'm saying, certain things happened, and I was like, man, fuck this shit. Like I was on like, it's like, man, I was gonna give it up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it came from, but you know, you do get discouraged sometimes. I was like, man, you know, point of this, you know what I'm saying? And it was just instant, just like that, you know, where I just didn't want to do this shit no more. That's my issues or whatnot. But you do get discouraged in music, and that's with anything. Shit, you can be working a job and you're a manager, you can get discouraged on that, but just continue pushing through, find motivations in different ways. You may just get overwhelmed with whatever you're trying to do. Just find different ways to, you know, take a break, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, leave music by itself. Just leave it alone. You feel what I'm saying? And then come back to it when you know for sure, everything is right though, man. But yeah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Shit, like I'm just, yeah, I was like, man, fuck it. You know, I was still putting out videos and prepping some things, but it just felt like I just wasn't doing nothing. You feel what I'm saying? So that's an issue I deal with because I have combative PTSD. You know what I'm saying? I've been in war combat. So all that shit you seeing in Iran and all that, yeah, I've been through that. Been through that, man. I'm lucky to be alive, to be honest with you. But you know, that's something I deal with, and it's tough. Some days it sucks. Some days it's tough. Some days, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's tough. But you know, you just gotta have that mindset, that battle mindset of you're gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? And stay, but always stay encouraged and stuff like that, man. Take your break, come back to it. Sometimes retail therapy works. Sometimes they work, you know what I'm saying? But simplify your workflow. Make sure you got time to do so. And you know what I'm saying? Take your break from it. The best thing I know that works for me is not watching YouTube. That works. Getting off of social media, and reading articles, reading stuff that's proven. You know what I'm saying? Go to websites like gearnews.com, sos.com. You know, it's a music article type of situation. Music tech. Read those websites that actually have professionals that's going on. tapeopmagazine.com or whatever. Tape Op Magazine. Those type of websites give you some really great insight because they actually do at real interviews with real music professionals, and you know what I'm saying, they really give you some encouragement for real. Like you'll read about an engineer you never heard of before, you never heard that type of music in a whole weird genre or whatnot, and you'll read like some of the commonalities that you have went through, or they work with some of the same shit that you have, and you start thinking about that. It's like, man, okay, so if he a 8-time nominated Grammy, you know what I'm saying, multi-platinum engineer, and he's working with, you know, the same shit I have, using the same plugins, why I'm sitting up here being bothered? It'll hit differently. You see what I'm saying? And that's how I keep myself sane. Stuff like that. Because it be some days, man, I'll be like, man, fuck all this shit. And that's how I know, like, I really don't need music. I don't need it, but it's a fire inside of me. And I've been around music for a very long time. And it's something that I enjoy doing and stuff like that. I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. I think if I didn't have music in my life, just to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't be here on earth. You know what I'm saying? It's an outlet for me. For some people, it may not be. Some people, they chase music for the fame, the fortune, and other things or whatnot. For me, it's an outlet. You know what I'm saying? And it's therapeutic for me, and it's cognitive too. I learned about that. You know what I'm saying? Doing music is a cognitive behavior, and an action through music, and it's a cognitive therapy. Way to release certain things or whatnot, man. So I say that for, you know, anyone watching that and stuff like that, man. Music is a therapeutic art, regardless of what people have say. And let's face it, I'm saying, some certain record labels and industry movers and shakers and gatekeepers, what I'm saying, they put that bullshit out just to make money and stuff like that. But true art form with music is therapeutic, and if you use it the right way, it is a beautiful art, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? Music been around forever, just like drawing and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, for sure, man. Yeah, man. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. The camera here and the computer is there, man. My bad. Let me see. Let's see what you got. I'm just looking through the chat here. Well, plugins, yeah, man. So, and I'm gonna talk on this one because this is a real good point. Plugins is, yeah, it's kind of like one of those things. If you know, just know when you buy a plugin, you're throwing your money away. For real, because what I'm saying, that company may go out. That's why a lot of people say, man, fuck subscriptions. I ain't got time for subscriptions. You're renting. You know what I'm saying? So if that company go out and they say we're no longer offering the subscription, guess what? You won. Even though you kind of threw money away, you was using it. Now, if you're not using it, don't get the subscription. But if you use the tools, the subscription is the way to go. You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of look at it. So, yeah, plugins, when you buy them, man, you rolling the dice, man. You just throwing your money away because that soon could, not be usable. So that's why if you buy a plugin, make sure you buy a plugin from a real reputable company that's been for a while. That's why Waves, I don't like Waves, but they've been around, man, forever. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good plugin to buy and stuff like that, man, for sure. He said, Elizabeth. Am I going to start my own school? I want to, man, but I ain't got time to. I think when I get older, I'll probably go and do something like that. I have all the tools on the YouTube channel to, do the, what they call that, the monetization. I got all that stuff set up on the YouTube channel. It's just I don't have time to. But what I am going to do, because I got confirmation on that late last week, is start doing some courses. So I'm just trying to get some personal projects out of the way and start working on courses. And I could do it from I could start from the rooter to the tuner, man. Yeah, I could start from the rooter to the tuner. And I haven't really bought any one course to kind of look at and see what they're doing. But I've been on live streams like mastering.com. I've been on that live stream, and I'm not knocking them what they do, but it was very elementary. And then they want you to sign up after it. But they're teaching you stuff with a plugin and not with real things. You see what I'm saying? And it's hard to do that type of production in a studio with real things. But if they're not using real things and they're wanting you to pay for something and they're just using plugins, then hell, you can learn that from an average Joe like myself. You see what I'm saying? So I am thinking about doing it's on my list. It's not going to be anytime soon. Hopefully at the end of the year, I can start recording the content. But yeah, I want it to be different. But I am thinking about doing a course and stuff like that. I just gotta have that time to do it. And so my daughter, she's about to become a senior. So I don't know. I'm about to be busy with that. So it may be another year or two before I can actually do that the way I want to do it. But I'm set up with everything I need to do it, man. So thank you for saying that, because that's another confirmation. I need to go ahead and do that, man. Oh yeah, I remember when you was on there. Yeah. Bolo, cool, man. I've been following Bolo for a while and stuff like that. I haven't met the guy in person. Eventually I'm gonna get to NAM. I wanted to go there this year, but my daughter, she plays sports during when NAM is going, so it's kind of tough to get there. Hopefully next year I can go, because I do want to, just go, because it's a cool thing, man, to, what I'm saying, talk with some of the people that work for these companies or whatnot. But yeah, man, I want to meet some of these people that I see on YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, that was kind of funny. We was on Bolo was on there trying to produce on Reason, and I was sitting there just laughing. I was at work, and I was laughing, and I was like, man, yeah, he's struggling and stuff like that. But yeah, Reason is real cool. Now I ain't gonna lie to you, like Bolo, he a beast with it. But what I noticed, like with us YouTube influencers and stuff like that, some people are not gonna have what other people have, and it's but it's cool to see different perspectives and stuff like that, and I respect different perspectives. There's a cat out there on YouTube. He been going ham on Ave McCree and Bolo and stuff like that, and people like that, man. I ain't gonna call them no haters, but man, you just gotta respect what people know and what people can do, man. It's already too much negativity in the world, but you sitting up there and you hawking what other people are doing and stuff like that, but yet still you say you this and you that, man. Look, bro, yeah, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? If you can't do what the other person doing, you ain't got no room to sit up there and talk about somebody and what they can't do, man. That's just, the word hater is kind of old in this thing, but bro, you got some issues, bro. You know what I'm saying? And people be just doing that shit just to trying to build their YouTube channel up and stuff like that, man. But Bolo, he a respected producer, YouTube influencer, you know what I'm saying? And I think people just be jealous of what other people can do, what they have, and stuff like that, or whatnot, man. But that was funny seeing him producing Reason from his perspective versus what I do, and stuff like that, because it just gives you a insight of how a person thinks when they work with a program and stuff like that. But it's a lot of YouTube influencers, man, I see, and they'll do the same thing I'm doing. They just do it a little differently, and you learn something, a subtle nuance of what they do, and be like, oh man, that's cool. I never thought of doing it that way and stuff like that. So what I'm saying, yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool what he was doing and stuff like that, man. Once he got it, he started grooving and shit like that. You feel me? So yeah, man. But yeah, man. Shit, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Uh, Keep it aside just in case. Man, shit. I need to exercise, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was supposed to start exercising the beginning of this month, but been trying to get the studio right for my workflow, because I want to go into the real meat of spring, what I'm saying, with my workflow set up. So I think this week was it. It was it, you know what I'm saying? So I got this goddamn, y'all saw it tonight. That's the reason why I did this live stream. It was like, let me go ahead and do it in front of people, so what I'm saying, it could be solidified. That's just something for me, what I'm saying. I don't mind doing stuff in front of people and whatnot. That actually works off nerves, and it tests your mental, like, for real. Like, a lot of people like to do stuff behind closed doors and stuff like that because they're afraid to admit or have someone see your mistakes and flaws. No, I'm totally opposite. Like, look, I'm gonna do this fucked up. If you, hey man, let me know. You know what I'm saying, for real, and stuff like that. So yeah, this workflow, actually, I finally figured it out and stuff like that, and I'm super excited about this because, man, I already got, like, shit. I think I got about, I want to say, close to 30 beats on this damn MPC already. So I already got a project done. So this song that we just did is a part of a project, and I did one earlier today, and stuff like that. And yeah, you know what I'm saying, I guess I'm back on Ableton Live now. Because like I said before, Reason, I read about it. I asked Claude, well, AI and stuff like that, and it confirmed that it Reason and the external hardware MIDI sync it just don't work, and stuff like that. So it is, you can send signal, but you can't, like what I did, it don't work. It just don't work, period. So it's only in the box. But you know what I'm saying, still privy to Ableton Live, and shit, that bitch useful for something. Whatnot, man. But look, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. If you like the video, go ahead and hit a like on it. Also subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm gonna be doing some more videos like this or whatnot. And shit, I was gonna hook up that goddamn SSL, man, but I left it alone, man, because you know, I'll be all day trying to tweak shit on that SSL. I say that for mixing. Because those SSLs, that Super 9000 channel, oh yeah. I gotta hold on that forever, man, because I want to be 60 years old when I, you know what I'm saying, when I can't do this no more, and I could sell them, and I could probably sell them for more than what I bought them by the time I'm like 65 and I can't, you know what I'm saying, my age can't do music no more. I could probably sell them for the same value, and then, you know what I'm saying, hopefully I can go, you know what I'm saying, and use that money for, like, you know, buying my pills when I'm that old. No, I'm just fucking around. Man, we're gonna get up out of here, man. For sure, man. Appreciate that, DL. Oh yeah, that console one. I've been kind of thinking about hooking mine back up, man, but I don't know. It takes up a lot of screen real estate. That's the only thing I don't like about it, man. It takes up a lot of screen real estate, man. If they fix that, bruh, find like a streamlined situation to do with it, I'll probably mess with it again. But yeah. Retirement fan. Yeah. Well, you got to look at hardware. Picture it as asset. It's an asset at the end of the day. You invest into it. It's an asset because you can get your money back on it. It's an asset. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man. The console one, it takes up a lot of screen real estate, so that's why I don't use it. But I like what SSL doing, for sure, man. All right, man, for sure, man. I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all be easy. Let's play this one more time, and I'm out, man. Y'all be cool, bro. Be cool out there. If I can find the screen. Check something real quick. Let me check something real quick before I get up out of here. There we go. Yeah.